G'day guys, what's going on? My name's SuperBro. Welcome to my channel. Hopefully everyone's having a great time and going really well with the new year. Today we're going to be going over the highest ceiling players in SuperCoach from 2020. So first of all, there's only 3 players that got into the 200 club from last year. Those players were Clayton Oliver, Tim English and Tom Hawkins. Clayton Oliver got the highest score with a 205, I think it was. Yeah, 205. And then Tim English and Tom Hawkins both got a 204, which is pretty good. Unreal, actually. But yeah, so Clayton Oliver got the highest score. He's 660, oh no, 656, sorry, K, which is pretty expensive, but he's pumped out such like high scores, not including his 205 throughout last year, so I think he's pretty much a lock for me anyway. Um, yeah, you got to start Oliver for sure. But on the other hand, Tim English, he's 551k, and he's a ruckman, and I probably wouldn't take him over Grundy or Gorn. So probably wouldn't consider him. I think he needs a bit more time developing as a player, but he's still a good player. But I just don't trust him for Supercoach, as he's really young. But he'd probably be a great player in the future. Tom Hawkins, 568k, which is decent for him. He's actually a decent scorer for Supercoach as a key forward because he gets goal assists and stuff like that, but he's a key forward, so you don't really want to have any key forwards in your forward line for Supercoach. But yeah, anyway, he could be like a decent pick, but I reckon he's just too expensive. Wouldn't start him, not a chance. He could go really well, but then again, Jeremy Cameron's in the team, so probably drop off a bit. Um, then the Bont with the next highest score, he got 199, which is ridiculous. Unlucky to miss out on the 200 club. But yeah, Bont, he's 623k. Plays for the Bulldogs, so in that massive stacked midfield, so wouldn't recommend starting any Bulldogs players really. Just too hard to tell like how they'll score. He'll probably even end up playing forward, but yeah, probably too expensive for me. And then Liberatore got 196. That's pretty ridiculous because didn't think he was that good of a player, but apparently he's a beast. Yeah, he's 569k. Probably too expensive, really. It's like, yeah, wouldn't recommend that. But hey, he could be a good. Nah, no, he couldn't be. Plays for the Bulldogs. But yeah, no, he's a good player, but it sucks. Too many good players in the Bulldogs midfield. Um, then Josh Kelly got 195. He could be a really good option if you want to have like a pod or something, because not many people are probably going to pick him, start him actually. But yeah, you got 195. That's unreal. 615k, bit expensive. One of the Uber primos, but you know, probably wouldn't start him just because of his injury risk. But I don't know. I don't think he's ever played a full season, but he's got a good average as well, 114. Um, yeah, and then Menengola is the next highest with 193. He's I don't know how to read Menengola because he's also in another stacked midfield with Dangerfield and like Guthrie and stuff like that from Geelong, and now Sean Higgins is in there as well. But yeah, 579k, probably overpriced for him, but then again, he is a good Supercoach player and he goes under the radar a fair bit. But yeah, I don't know, just very expensive. Ollie Wines, he got 189, which is very good. Could be a good option this year. Plays in the Port midfield with Travis Boak. But yeah, also another guy who goes under the radar. But yeah, I don't know. could be a good option. Probably wouldn't recommend it though. Then the next highest was Jack Viney with 186, which is it happened like round 1 or 2 of last year, and everyone jumped on him, and then he burnt everyone. So probably don't recommend doing that, especially when he's playing with Petrarca and Oliver in the midfield. Um, Another one which is hard to read, but anyway. And then Rory Laird started playing midfield and got 185, which is unreal and sensational, really. It's like first game as a midfielder, and now he's got the DPP status, and you can have him in defence. So he's like a certainty to be starting in defence, and he's at a good price as well for like what he's capable of. And then we have our other ruckman, Max Gawn. He got 185 as his highest score from last year, but Max Gawn averages like the highest out of every other Supercoach player, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he obviously does because he's 751k. But yeah, he got heaps of other high scores. I think he pumped out like another 184, and I think he pumps out like 170s and just averages such a high um, score every week, you know. And then we got Doherty. Doherty came out 1 week and got 185, but he's a bit inconsistent and he has like the injury risk, so I don't recommend starting him. Cunnington is another one. Ben Cunnington. He's been injured. He's at such a cheap price. Like I'm kind of tempted to start him, but there's probably better options like Patrick Cripps or someone to start, but I'm not sure. He's so cheap though. He's like 439k. That's ridiculous. But he pumps out a 185 in his like the first round, and then plays average and then gets injured for the rest of the year. So it's like hard to read. And heaps of people think that he's like super old, but really he's only 29, so he's in his prime still. So that could be a good option. But yeah, there's a risk of injury, and he might be too slow. But I don't know. I disagree. And then Dusty, he's a forward option, which is decent. But yeah, he pumps out a 184 1 week, which is pretty nice. But yeah, he's at a good price. But usually Dusty doesn't even turn up to play in the home and away season. He's just a finals player. So another one that's hard to read. We'll just talk about like the highest ceilings here. So I don't know. I know that Oliver's a like lock for sure out of everyone here, and so is Rory Laird and Max Gawn. But yeah, the other players we'll just talk about them anyway. And Nan Curvis somehow pumped out a 184 another week. Don't remember that one, but I think I heard about it. He's 442k, which is pretty cheap, but I don't think he's going to be pumping out scores like that every week. Very like he'll be lucky to get 100, I reckon, but I don't know. Just yeah, that's weird. And then Jack McRae got a 183. Jack McRae is very consistent, but then again he's another midfielder at the Bulldogs, so can't be picking him. It's hard to read those guys. Then Sean Higgins, surprisingly 1 week he got 182, which I didn't even know about until I was reading it before. But yeah, now he's at Geelong and he's probably going to play forward, so don't really go near Higgins. He's a trap, really. 510k, but he could average 100, but yeah, I don't know. Probably wouldn't recommend. And yeah, that's it, guys. Hopefully, you got some more knowledge from the video. I just wanted to go over my favourite player as well before we end the video. Some of you might have noticed that I had John Patton in my team, but my team has drastically changed since I first made it. And if you don't know about what's going on with John Patton, you should definitely check it out. Basically, he's a massive pedophile, and he's going to get dropped by Hawthorn, so he's not going to be playing all year, which sucks, because he's such a hero. But yeah, anyway. Ah well, I didn't like John Patton anyway. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. See you later.